look at my scars, I don't see pain anymore. I see survival, I see God's mercy, and I see His plan. These scars are not here to remind me of what I've lost, but of what I've gained: life, a purpose, and a testimony. Today, I want to share what my scars have taught me about God's purpose for my life, and I believe this will encourage someone who's watching this video right now. So I've took the time and I've written down some stuff on my notes on my iPad because I want you guys to have a clear understanding of what I am saying and that you can follow along well. If you have been following me, you know that I have survived a tragedy that left me with scars on my body and on my heart. I've went through a long healing journey. I've went through pain, but here's the truth. Over time, I realized that these scars are more than wounds. They carry meaning, they carry lessons, they carry proof of God's plan for me, which is very true. Point one, scars remind me I'm chosen. When you go through something that could have taken your life, you start to ask questions. Why am I still here? Why me? Because guys, trust me, I used to always ask myself this question. Why am I here? What's my purpose? And why me? Why did I even survive? I used to ask myself those questions a lot of times. Yeah, so at first I struggled with those questions. I felt survivor's guilt. I thought maybe I wasn't strong enough, but then God showed me I'm here because He chose me to live. Jeremiah chapter 1 verse 5 says, "Before I formed you in the womb, I knew you. Before you were born, I set you apart." Every scar on my body is proof that God set me apart for something greater. I didn't survive by chance. I survived because He has a purpose for me, which is also true. Point two, scars remind me of God's healing power. I'll be honest, in the beginning, I hated my scars. I hated them so bad. I didn't want to look in the mirror because if you watch my previous video, I stated that it took me about 7 to 8 days to look at myself in the mirror, have a good look at myself in the mirror. I didn't even want to see them. Even when I look at them, I felt a bit insecure about my looks. Ooh, will it disappear and stuff like that. But something happened during the healing process. People will look at me and say, "Wow, you're healing so fast." And I started to realize this isn't me, this is God. Psalms 147 verse 3 says, "He heals the brokenhearted and binds up their wounds." My scars became evidence that God heals not only physically, but emotionally and spiritually. What once looked like weakness now look like strength. Because I've also gained strength to speak about the accident. And today I look at these marks and I don't see damage anymore. I see restoration. I see how far God has brought me. Point three, scars remind me to help others. Here's the most powerful thing: my scars aren't just for me, they're for someone else. Revelation 12:11 says, "They overcame Him by the blood of the Lamb and by the word of their testimony." That my scars are part of my testimony, and my testimony has power to encourage someone else. Just a few days ago, I shared my story and people have been reaching out to me with their stories. They're even asking me if I can help them. They have a vision and they want me to even interpret the vision. So every time I share my story, someone reaches out to me. You gave me hope, reminding me that God can also heal me too. Someone told me that. So I no longer hide my scars. They gave me courage to speak, to help others, and to remind the world that God is still in the business of healing, which He do every day. So today, when I see my scars, I see three things: to help, that I am chosen, and I am healed. And maybe you don't have physical scars like me. Maybe your scars are emotional, maybe your scars are mental, maybe they're spiritual, but scars are scars at the end of the day. And they're proof that you survive. So all scars are proof that you survive. Don't hide them. Let them be a reminder of God's power and God's plan for your life. So with me just having a reflect on my life, I've come to the realization that my scars are here with me for a purpose. They are visible for a purpose, and I used to want to hide them. I didn't like them, but I've now learned to live with them. I've accepted them, not because I have to, but because they're there for a purpose, and now I'm embracing them. Recently, I think that I am even looking more beautiful with my scars on my chin because I love it so much. Like back then, you couldn't even get me to love these scars. I like, oh, I hate this, blah blah blah. It reminds me of so much bad stuff like that. But I've now learned to embrace it, and I have no problem with it or whatsoever at this point of my life. So I hope that this message will encourage you to embrace your scars. Don't hide them, because even if someone saw your scar and you told them how you get the scar, and to know that you're still alive, it's a blessing. And you never know, someone probably would have wanted to hear your story, and they'll even have a look at their scars and be like, you know what, I'm here for a purpose for you, because God won't bring you out of something like that to just have you stuck in life. So yeah, learn to embrace your scars, accept them, and just know that God is in control and He won't leave you, nor neither will He forsake you. And if this message touched you today, please like, subscribe, and share this video. Thank you for watching, and remember, your scars don't mean defeat, and God still have a plan for you. Bye.